Pope Francis recently made a revelation. He told new parents he was baptized on this day, Christmas, 78 years ago.
Pope also talked about gifts this season. He asked the world's Catholics to become missionaries of joy. He urged people not to worry about that holiday rush, but, quote, think of all the good things that life has given you.
Joseph Kurtz is the Archbishop of Louisville and the president of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops. Archbishop Kurtz, good morning.
Charlie, thank you.
What a pleasure to have you here.
By the way, Merry Christmas.
And to you as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Why is joy crucial to our lives?
Well, don't you think people recognize the joyful person and want to hang around them?
Yes.
It's not. I mean, that's not an accident.
Is that part of what this Pope's success is about?
I think it is. I think it is. I mean, I would have to say that there's many people in our lives, I hope in everybody's life, that you can say, well, this person's a real person of joy. But, you know, our Holy Father comes through as someone who is just living a simple life. I mean, there's not sense that he's acting out something. He's simply living that life of joy. I think he lives in the present moment. You can see it. He just, there's a spontaneity with him, and that just attracts everybody. Gospel of joy.
He's so authentic. That's
is.
the thing that people gravitate, I think, to him.
I met with him on October 4th, which is, of course, the feast of St. Francis. Great day on his patron saint feast. And just in meeting, about 35, 40 minutes we met, and with Cardinal Donardo, he just emanated that sense of joy, and almost he had the time for us. What did we want to talk about? And I wanted to talk about his visit. So it was good.
His visit to America.
It's his first. It'll be his first. So I hope you all are getting anxious.
Absolutely.
I hope you're as excited as I am.
Yes, he of course is coming in the fall of 2015, and he'll start in Philadelphia. What do we expect?
Well, I'm not sure if he'll start in Philadelphia, but the main presence will be Philadelphia, Nora. You're right.
And what do we expect from his visit here?
Well, of course, he's coming primarily for the World Meeting of Families. And so this will be a great opportunity for people all over the world to come together in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, and in order to renew our commitment to family. And you and I know that we're in the midst of the synod, so it'll be literally about 10 days before the general synod begins. So we're hoping that he will give a shot in the arm to all of us with regard to family.
Remind us what that synod is about.
Well, it's a double synod. Very few times does the church have double headers, like in baseball, but it's October, and so the last synod this past October was on the challenges of the family. Now, the synod coming up is talking about the mission and the vocation of family to the world and to the church.
This comes from a new biography of him, and they call him a bit of a radical.
Yes.
We know of his identification with the poor and his emphasis on being pastoral. This is what it says: dynamic, disconcerting leadership, which, while delighting most Catholics and attracting people beyond the boundaries of faith, has dismayed and disconcerted a number of parties within the church. Is there a...
Yeah. Well, and is that from Austin Invery's book?
Yes.
Yeah, you know, and Austin's a good reporter, by the way. He's from England. You know, when he talks about the word radical, he's using it as basically the root, getting back to the gospel. Here it's Christmas Day, so getting rid of all the wrapping paper, so to speak, and getting to the core message, which is, as our Holy Father said, it's the message of the love of Jesus and the mercy that he shows to each one of us and that we need to show to others. I think that's the radical nature of what he's about. And of course, he comes with a style. I've been reading that book to try to understand more our Holy Father.
And what have you understood?
Well, I think the fact that he sees the person first. That he has often said, he says it in The Joy of the Gospel, he said he favors reality over ideas. Now, he's a smart man. It's not that he doesn't want to talk about ideas, but I think he doesn't want to get so far away and argue about ideas that you miss the person in front of him.
It's so interesting that you say that, because he sees the person first, and I think that's what people are struck by His Holy Father about, whether you're gay. You know, whether you're divorced. I mean, people who have been ostracized from the Catholic Church, the Pope seems to be extending his arms to them.
He does, Nora. And one of the themes that he uses a lot is what I don't know if he used the word art, but I'm calling it the art of accompaniment. What does it mean to accompany people, and especially people who are hurting? I mean, we all are. I mean, we all need to be accompanied. I often think that when I was ordained a priest in 1972, I didn't know what was called the art of accompaniment, but the priests that I admired most were the ones who did what our Holy Father's doing. They entered into the lives of people, and they accompanied them on a path to Christ.
Is it possible that somehow, because there's so much emphasis on him doing that, because it reminds us that Jesus was a radical, that the church had forgotten that a bit?
Oh, we all why do I need a retreat every year? And I need it. Why? Because I need to return to the roots. I mean, I'd imagine that's true of all of you in journalism, that you need to return to what
we need a lot of things.
No, but what brought you to the true message? And I think, in a sense, I think Pope Francis's pontificate has been like a big retreat for me. It's called me to go back to what is the most basic and most important in my own life. And I think that's what's attracting people.
You know what I think about kind of as we reflect on the year, we focus so much on how we're different from one another, right? We focus on what political party we're different. People focus on different genders. People focus on different races, people of different religions. Certainly we have conflict in Syria, I mean, all over the world, instead of focusing on how people are alike.
Yeah, well, I think you're right. The Pope always adds, he says, listen, I'm a son of the church, meaning I'm not wanting to change doctrine. I know that there's something beautiful in the doctrine and, in fact, in the truth of Christ. But in doing that, wasn't it Jesus who saw the person first in front? Even someone who was in a very sinful situation that Jesus ended up saying, you know, now go and sin no more. He never said that as his first words. He was always reaching out. And I think that's what Pope Francis is doing. And basically saying that the role of the Holy Father is to serve. And so the role of those who assist him is to serve. That's good news. I mean, that's, in fact, I hope that when I go back to Louisville, Kentucky, that I'm able to say, that's what I want to do. I want to serve people, which is getting, again, to use that word radical, getting back to the very roots of what the church is about. Our mission is to present Jesus Christ to the world in every age.
You have a better time to celebrate that than Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, and especially when you look at the fact that Christmas slows us down. It makes all of us, I think about others. I celebrate, actually on Christmas Day, the Mass of the Air. I often think it's a Mass goes on in Louisville, in which people maybe are living alone, but they are somehow joined that day to the church. And so I think in some ways it does bring us to the deep mysteries of life and maybe makes us a little more like children that we're supposed to be.
May we never lose that childhood joy. And are you handling the interviews that he does when he comes to the United States?
Am I handling
Could you mention your friends?
I'm pretty much not handling my own interviews very well.
Maybe you could put his name in the hopper for us.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Wouldn't that be a great thing?
That would be a great thing.
He does have a fondness about talking to people in the media. And I like that. That's a good thing.
You can tell him you know people. Very nice to have you here.
Thanks,
on this
Gail.
Christmas Day.
Merry Christmas.
Very good to see you.